And we are on the air. The FAP is hap. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekodrome. Where's the beef? Geekodrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. I am John, and I am joined by Shelle and Stugots. And Shelle's making me laugh.
Well, it's just like, I'm excited for the beef.
Where's the beef? So
Where's
I'm
the
Clara
beef?
Peller. That's what it comes down to.
What year was that from? Like
I don't know.
82?
About that? So,
So stupid.
of course it was, but everybody was into it.
Everyone knew it.
Everyone knew it. Just like everyone knew that the other day was the 4th of July, and we celebrated the birthday of this fine, fine country.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday,
Yay.
America. Yay.
You're almost a teen.
And I am trying to set up a gag, and it's not working.
So I heard that, what are you doing? Are you setting yourself on fire?
Oh, yes, because it's not only America's birthday, it's Shelle's birthday, too. Yay.
What is that?
Unfortunately, the fan blew out the candle here.
What is that?
There's a slice of cheesecake for
Oh,
Shelle's birthday.
shit. That looks good.
Strawberries cheesecake.
Oh.
See if I
Did
can
you
get
make
going
it?
again. No,
Oh.
I am not Stugots. There we go. Happy birthday to
Okay.
you.
No. Doesn't have to go
Happy
on.
birthday to you.
No.
Happy birthday, dear Shelle.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay. It's my AARP year.
Well, it's nice that you're finally legal enough to drink. So,
Ha.
For a song that's about celebrating your life, it's very, like, I don't want to say depressing, but it's not uplifting. Like the tone and the cadence, it's, you know what I mean?
Dirge.
well,
Yeah,
it
it's like,
was a song written by like kindergarten teachers, done to like a traditional tune. So it's not like they were, you know,
Death
Leonard
March,
Cohen.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Happy birthday.
Yeah. I mean, you could
It's
change
not
the lyric.
uplifting. It's not, hey, happy birthday. Happy
Right, like when you go
birthday,
to like, is it Friendly's? What's the place that does their own birthday song?
A lot of
Oh,
them do.
a lot of them.
Buxton's or birth.
Applebee's. Somebody told us that it's your birthday.
Yeah, the clapping one. It's like, oh yeah, okay, that's better because they're clapping and they pretend that they like you, and they bring you a cake.
And
Yeah,
as soon as you blow out the candle, they just walk away.
they walk away.
And hate their lives.
You know who has got a good cake was, well, they did in the 80s, was McDonald's. If you had like a birthday, like you could buy a birthday package that included hamburgers and French fries and the McDonald's cake. And the cake was ridiculous. It was like chocolate with vanilla icing and like a Ronald McDonald on it, but the cake was so good. We used to really love when they didn't eat all the cake because then we would kind of, you know, finish it.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'm telling secrets, McDonald's secrets.
Any other McDonald's secrets we should know before we go on to our first topic?
Well,
Those hand puppets. They had the paper, the plastic bag hand puppets that were always fun.
They did.
I
That was
remember
part
those.
of the.
Those
I
are
think
cool.
that was part of the birthday package. I worked at the McDonald's at the Rockaway Town Square Mall in Rockaway, New Jersey, and it was A, very popular McDonald's, and B, way cleaner than you would ever imagine. Way cleaner than you would even think.
The mall
Crazy.
right off of Route 80. Right
Yes,
before
that's
the-
right. I think exit
Route
30
15.
something. Yep, that's right. I
Aw.
worked there.
Maybe Stugots even went in there while you were working.
No, we were there different years.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay. So, Dark Horse has put out their next trade for Serenity, aka Firefly. No power in the verse. And thanks to the fine folks at Dark Horse, we are able to review a copy. Now,
Nice.
I know Stugots isn't a Firefly fan.
Oh, it's all right.
It's all right. Shelle, what did you think of it?
I don't know why, but I seem to like this one a little bit more than the last one. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm used to it not being exactly how I want it to be. So maybe this time I was just like, okay, I expected this and I'll get this. But I liked it. I liked the story. I thought Callista was, I guess I'm not clear who Callista was, because is she in the movie? Is she the black lady at the beginning of the movie? When River's little? Like, I thought that was Callista.
Was that?
I thought her
I'm
name was
blanking
Callista
now.
for some reason. But I liked it. I liked how it ended. And Mal's like all angry. I hate that. Okay, I'm all over the place. I like how it's, you know, they're fighting the Alliance. I like that. I like that Emma is adorable and Jane really wants to be friends with Emma, and Zoe wants nothing to do with that. I don't like that River is so easily switched off. It's just like, come on. Why are they switching her off? And why didn't they just say whatever her brother said in the movie when she was fighting and Mal almost shoots her and the brother comes in and yells something and then she just is like, she stops her combat, whatever.
Because was Simon in that scene in the comic?
No, but why doesn't he just say, hey, if this ever happens again, here's a heads up. My crazy sister might, you know.
True. Well, she also surprised it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I just feel like someone like Zoe, who's, you know, been in war, would have a quick enough response time to yell some crazy Chinese thing at her to get her to stop. So I thought that was a little bit of a weak point, but I like where it ended. I look forward to the next one if you want to share it with me whenever it comes out. But the stuff that came after it, holy shit, did that make me cry. That was just like, that was...
All right, so that was a story from Free Comic Book Day that they tossed at the end into this book.
Okay.
So if you read the indicia, it said issues 1 to 6 with no power in the verse, and then the Free Comic Book Day. So it was River telling the fairy tale to Emma of their backstory, you know, but fantasized. I liked it a lot as well. I liked it more than Leaf on the Wind, like you did.
Okay.
I thought it was a more coherent story. I thought that they didn't have to worry about too many external characters. They didn't rely too much on the backstory, like bringing in Early and all the other characters. I wasn't sure if the redhead companion was supposed to be the one from the TV show, Ceres.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to go back and look. But that was, what's her name from Mad Men, Christina Hendricks, in the show. So I don't know if that was supposed to be her in the comic.
Christina Hendricks was Mrs. Reynolds.
Yes, she was the redheaded companion who marries Mal.
She was a companion too?
She was a companion first, yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, so I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. I like where they left it off. It was a lot cleaner story. It was a lot tighter. It was a lot closer to the mainline story of Firefly as opposed to one of the side episodes.
Yes.
And I like that they left it off where, like, this is obviously going to have a next chapter to it.
I agree. And maybe other people had similar complaints and criticisms that we had with the last one, and they took them into consideration when they put together the new one.
And I didn't have the issues that I did with the art with the previous one, where too many characters looked alike. 1 or 2 times that happened.
Yes.
Where I was like, oh, is that supposed to be Simon? But overall, you know, I don't mind that, like, they're more caricature at times and more concrete at other times. Especially like when it's a big action scene or something, there's less detail.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me as much. But yeah, this one I definitely liked a lot better, and I look forward to reading the next one.
The free one at the end, though, was so good, and it was drawn like an old school Disney movie. As far, you know what I mean? Like I liked how it was drawn, and I just thought it was lovely, and I thought it was to me it was the best part of the whole thing. Even though I did like the original, the big story, I thought that was I thought it was really.
No, I agree. I love that story as well.
A Warrior in the Wind, is that what it was called?
I believe so. without looking, I'm just gonna agree. But
Okay.
it's in the
Close enough.
trade paperback, which I think comes out this week. We got an advanced copy thanks to Dark Horse. So,
Ooh, thank you, Dark
but I mean,
Horse.
all the individual issues have been out for months. All right, so moving on to bring something back to Stugots.
Oh, no, it's okay. You guys keep talking about it.
Oh no, we're done with that. We're now talking about. There's a rumored shortlist for Batgirl actresses. This list came from Reddit, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 actresses who were, put on a short list allegedly for Batgirl with the Joss Whedon project. And I was just wondering what you guys thought of this list, or did you even know any of the names on the list?
I knew one, and that was Dakota Fanning's sister.
Elle Fanning. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know her first name. I just know her Dakota Fanning's sister.
I
From
have
that one movie she made.
She's done a couple.
The only one that I could think of like that stands out was that movie with the kids making a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 8mm? No.
No, not 8mm. It's
That was a Nicolas Cage movie about a stuff film, right?
Yeah.
What the hell's that movie called?
I think it's something similar to that, though.
No,
yeah.
Right. Because it's the type of camera. It was the J.J. Abrams' first movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It had that Goonies feel to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, she's been in quite a few things. She was in Maleficent,
Oh, I didn't even realize. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I like Maleficent.
Yeah, she plays the young Aurora.
Yeah.
In that. Just seeing for anything else you might have seen her in here as I skim the list. But, it's mostly a lot of stuff that we don't watch. So, it happens. The other name I knew on there was Emma Roberts, because she's been in quite a few things. But other than that, and I don't know why I know the name Bella Thorne, but because I haven't seen anything she's in.
She's an ex-Disney kid, I think, who is big on the yachting circuit. So her name was a red flag for me because she is, to put it mildly, a bit of a mess right now. So I don't think anybody would hire her. So what I did was went back to Reddit and looked at the original post, and every reply to the post is, "This is fake. This is fake. This is fake." And then if you go to the Reddit, the subreddit itself, they post every time someone posts it as a real story, and they laugh their asses off that anybody's taking it seriously. So I saw Bella Thorne's name, and I thought, and I looked it up, and it seems like it was, fake. It could be that they use one of those actresses, but I don't know. I know for sure not Bella Thorne. That she would not be.
Yeah, that one seemed a little suspicious to me, considering she hasn't done too much. But
yeah, and the other thing is that she's not a good actress. You know what I mean? It's not like she's a Disney actress who's been in great movies, and people are like, "Wow, she's a real breakout star." It's you don't want a Disney kid with no experience being your lead. You want somebody who's, can make somebody boo-hoo or whatever, somebody can get behind. So,
well, San Diego Comic-Con is 2-3 weeks away at this point.
Are you going?
I'm sure. No.
Oh.
I will not be attending. I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con.
Me neither.
So maybe one day.
I wanted to go. Yeah, it seems like it's fun.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll do it once just to say I've done it, but it's also not what it's used to be. Like, it's a big thing of just mass media and big crowds that it wasn't, back in the day when I first started saying, I want to go to that.
Yeah, it's kind of corporate now.
Yeah, but so is New York Comic-Con at this point, and I still go to that. But it helps that I can sleep in my own bed and go to that.
Yeah. How much does that cost to get in?
I don't know, because they did away with the 4-day passes this year, so it's all single-day passes. So I want to say it's like 30 to 50 a day.
Okay, so the 4-day pass was a couple $100.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 150.
And is that get you into everything, or is it 150 in the door? And then if you wanted to see like, Veronica Mars panel or whatever, would it be extra to get into that, or is that all inclusive?
No, all inclusive. So, but I am working on a panel for this year, so hopefully I'll be a speaker.
Oh,
We'll
for
see how
what?
that goes. About Lego.
Excellent.
Yeah, so between my work with Lego and the people I know and associate with in the Lego field, it's going to be about adults who work with Lego and, are kind of professional or semi-professional in different aspects of Lego. And I'm just shoring up the last panelist before I do the submission. So hopefully by the end of the week. And if it gets accepted, I'll let you know about it. If it doesn't, then I'll give more details because I don't want to say who's on the panel yet and things like that, just in case things change or things don't work out.
Have you ever tried to get a job with them?
They're not based in New York, and that's the only reason I haven't.
Oh, so you wouldn't move for a good job?
It depends. The job that was a possibility for me was in Enfield, Connecticut, and I don't want to move to Enfield, Connecticut.
How come?
It's not my thing. I've been up there. It's nice, but not my kind of place.
Is there a dollar amount that would swing you to think that it was more your kind of place?
I'm sure, but, I'd have to think about it based on any offers. So we'll see.
Interesting.
But in the meantime, what about you, Stugots? Do you go to any Comic-Cons?
I'm trying to go to Tampa Comic-Con for the last 5 years of living here. It keeps getting bigger and bigger from what I hear from people. But for some reason or another, it just doesn't happen. I'm usually working, or I was in school, so it just never, it wasn't the time. This year they moved it up a month. It was always the last weekend in August, and this year it's the last weekend in July. And that's my weekend to work. So I won't be attending this year either.
Yeah,
I've been to the MegaCon in Orlando about 3 years ago, I think it was. And that was fun. I loved it.
Yeah, I've seen your pictures from MegaCon.
I cosplayed as a biker Mario brother.
Yes.
What is MegaCon? Like, what is that?
MegaCon is the big Comic Con in Orlando.
Okay, so it's a Comic-Con, but they just call it MegaCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them have their own little names. Like San Diego claims they own the trademark to Comic-Con, so a lot of them don't use it because of that, or they just don't want to call themselves Comic-Con. So it's different reasons. But
Interesting.
MegaCon is probably one of the biggest in the Southeast. Probably Dragon Con's bigger, but
Yeah, Dragon Con is definitely bigger.
so I haven't gone to either, and I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. I just know the names, and I see like all the pictures and stuff that come out, and all the news that comes out from those weekends.
So Dragon Con is also a Comic-Con, just called. It's not fantasy oriented.
They do more fantasy than
okay.
straight Comic-Cons. They always have, so that's why they're Dragon Con. But there's a big Comic-Con, a big comic book presence, as well as the fantasy.
And what is the fantasy movies or books or everything?
Anime, I think is the.
Oh, okay.
It's a mix of everything.
Gotcha.
Again, never been, so since none of us have been there, we can't say for 100%. But if they ever want to invite us down to record a podcast there, we'll be there.
Oh yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah.
And I really offer that to any comic book convention or anything of that ilk. You want us to record at your comic convention, hit us up, let us know. We'll be there.
With the bells on, as the kids say.
Yes.
Oh, no, quite literally. We'll wear bells if that's what you want.
Yes, I will wear a bell.
We're easy like that. So, although the news will probably come out in a couple weeks, is there anyone you'd like to see play Batgirl?
I don't think I have a preference. She should have red hair though.
Well, Batgirl always had red hair. Barbara always was a brunette. black hair.
Right. Yes.
So it's the red hair would be the wig, unless you want to see somebody dye their hair for the Batgirl, for the barber scenes, and natural color for the Batgirl scenes.
I don't care. I just don't want them to make changes like that, where it's like, oh, she's gonna have blonde hair. It's like, no. I want something to be true, and she should have like the girl next door like vibe to her.
So you're saying don't bring back Alicia Silverstone?
No. Oh my god.
Yeah. I've still not made it all the way through that movie.
You know what was one of the worst parts with her is that it's done, I guess, right before filming. So they was swollen and it just looked like she was, and it was quite annoying for me. She's gorgeous, and I get that, but it's like she had her lips were like twice the size in Batgirl as they were in Clueless.
I never really thought about that. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Look, when all her speaking parts look so forced, and it looks like she's fighting through the Botox. Stiffening.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No.
But it kind of goes along with, everything else in that movie.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why. I don't even know if her name is Barbara in that movie, because I know she's supposed to be Alfred's niece. So the Alicia Silverstone Batgirl and Chris O'Donnell is Robin. They're both in their 20s. They're old enough that they don't need to be Robin and Batgirl.
Yes.
They're adults. They can be like their own individuals. And that's something that has always bothered me. Robin is a sidekick because he's a kid and he's training. I mean, Chris O'Donnell in that movie is already in his 20s, was a successful, trapeze artist. What is it that makes him need to be a sidekick?
He had rage and he was going to go out and kill Two-Face. And Batman had to hone that.
Okay, and he got past that.
Yeah.
So I can understand him becoming Nightwing and being his own individual.
Oh, I would love that. I would have loved it.
Well, I mean, his costume was kind of based on Nightwing.
It was, yes, it was.
But there's just nothing about that makes it like he needs to be a trained sidekick when he could just, he's almost the same age as Batman at that
I always
point.
thought he would have made a very good Green Lantern. Al Jordan Green Lantern.
I could see that.
Not a Jon Stewart Green Lantern.
No, that one I couldn't see. Or Guy Gardner.
No. Who the hell could play Guy Gardner and pull that off? That's a good question.
Shelle, do you know who any of these Green Lanterns are?
I don't know any of the Green Lanterns. I thought I recognized Jon Stewart's name, and then I realized that's not that Jon Stewart. So.
All right, so
no, he's not a Jewish comedian.
No, definitely not. Although that I would pay to see as well. That Jon Stewart as a Green Lantern, as Jon Stewart the Green Lantern, I would pay to see that.
Hey.
So Hal Jordan's the traditional one that you know, like from all the cartoons in the 70s and everything else. Jon Stewart is a character who started in the 70s. He's the Black Green Lantern.
He was a Marine.
He was a Marine, then he was an architect, and then he became Green Lantern. And then there's Guy Gardner, who was the red-haired, brash Green Lantern.
Who punched Batman in the face.
No, other way around.
Oh.
Batman punched him in the face.
He never got that punch back? He never gave it to him?
No, he never got it back.
Oh, shit.
It was in the Justice League, the DeMayo's run.
Oh.
I'm blanking who the writer is. But no, it's a classic panel, too. Yeah, I have the hardcover.
So it's not even so much that he has red hair, it's that he has this doofy haircut that can't even be explained. You need to see it. I'll pull up one.
I'm pulling it now.
Okay.
Too.
And it's like, so if you were to make this character in a movie, you definitely have to go with the haircut because it's such a part of the character's look. But they probably wouldn't. They would change it.
I think even the comics have kind of modernized it. Like, it's become less and less doofy over the years.
Oh, no, that picture does.
Yeah, that picture doesn't even really do justice to the hair.
So there's no cape. Green Lantern doesn't have a cape.
No, no capes. No. But so basically, their powers from the ring. So like, you know, they're not like Superman or Batman, where whatever power they have is from within. It's from the ring that they wear.
And I guess I didn't realize, but I guess it happened with Batgirl and I think a Captain America you guys were talking about as well, that it's not always the guy you think it is. There's a new person in the role.
So there's been 5 different Batgirls, but it's going to be the traditional one, you know, Barbara Gordon.
Right.
Yes, in the movie.
Most likely for the movie. Yeah, and Captain America has been 4 different people.
4?
Over what, 50 years or?
So
5.
75 years, yeah. So there was, there's the traditional Captain America we all know.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers.
Right.
Bucky was Captain America for a while when Steve was killed a few years ago.
Oh.
And there was Jack Daniels, U.S. agent.
Jeff Daniels?
Jack Daniels.
Oh, U.S. agent, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it sounded weird to me when you said it.
Okay.
And then there's the black Captain America from...
Falcon.
Okay, so there's Falcon, and then there's the other one who is supposed to be the Captain America before Steve Rogers.
Oh, I don't know that one.
From Captain America Red, White, and Blue.
Oh, so it's 5.
So it's 5.
Interesting. And so Steve Rogers was the longest?
Yes.
And then they tried to make Frank Castle the Punisher.
Doesn't count.
And
what if stories and whatever don't count?
No, there was I know there was a what if, but there was another one that was like after Steve got shot, that it was like a one-off where there were 2 different covers. One cover he's the Punisher, and then the other cover he's Captain America. And I don't think that one was a what if. I think that one was.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, no, but it was just like a short thing, like.
Yeah, and then Hawkeye, they were going to make Captain America, and he was like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, so I mean that's like you can put on the costume for a second. That doesn't make you Captain America.
Okay, so they don't do the other thing to them. They just give them the costume. They don't do whatever crazy.
No, the super soldier serum. No.
Yeah.
No, so the super soldier serum was lost when Captain America became Captain America because they shot the doctor who was administering it.
Right.
And everything was lost in that lab accident.
So he's the only Captain America that was a super soldier?
Yes.
Yes.
Except, well, oh wait, did Bucky got some sort of serum too, or no? Something happened to Bucky, didn't it?
His arm got cut off.
Oh, that's not the same.
Bucky was the Winter Soldier, and when Captain America was killed and they fell in the water, Bucky's body was recovered by the Russians, where they kind of trained him, brainwashed him. At one point, he loses his arm. I think he lost his arm in the accident when they got him, so they put on the metal arm. And then they would unthaw him over the years to kind of pull off assassinations or whatever, and then stick him back in cryogenics till they needed him the next time, which is why he's still alive and still relatively young.
The same age. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they aged him up a little bit to be about the same age as Steve Rogers, but otherwise in the comics he was like Robin.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because at the time in the 60s they thought kids want to see kids in comics, so that's the whole origin of the sidekicks. Robin, Bucky, all that.
But the Russian narrative or timeline or storyline was in the comics too, where he got a metal arm, or is that just in the movies?
No, that comes from the comics.
Oh, okay.
So Ed Brubaker wrote the whole Death of Captain America storyline, but he also wrote this whole thing leading up to it, including the Winter Soldier story.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's kind of where we are with that.
Oh, there's been more than 5.
Has there been more than 5? Who are the ones that we
look on Wikipedia? All on Earth 616. So you had Steve Rogers, and then Steve Rogers lived twice. I don't know why they would do that. And then you had Isaiah Bradley, William Naslund from the Spirit of 76 comic book, Jeffrey Mace, William Burnside, Bob Russo, Scar Tarpin, Roscoe Simmons. It wasn't Jack Daniels. It was John Walker. Was USA.
John Walker, yeah.
Another liquor name.
I knew it was a whiskey. Hamilton,
It was close enough.
and then Dave Rickford, former Special Services soldier who attained an augmentation giving him superpowers.
Okay.
And so they just give the suit to these men.
Well, artwork with it, but in the article.
Yeah, I don't know most of those. Like Isaiah is the one that I was thinking of from Captain America: Red, White, and Blue.
Okay.
Yes, that was the first one. So then if you don't want to count alternate universes, there were another 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, because there's the Captain America 2099, which is a woman, but I really wasn't counting that. There's, if you go to the Guardians of the Galaxy comic books, Vance Astro has the shield. So, I mean, there's other people who...
Scott Summers was a Captain America, Daniel Cage. Alternate universe ones.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're just counting Earth's...
That's what Roberta Mendez. Yeah, and that's the list that I had given. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Wow.
All right.
Way off.
I'm going to have to look these up later because I don't know any beyond the 5 we talked about because they were the ones who were there for a while.
I'm putting the link to the Wikipedia up for you.
Yeah, I'm not saying Wikipedia is wrong. I just don't remember any of those others.
Saying you wanted to see it later.
Yeah, I'm totally going to.
Now, I just want to get back to Batgirl for a moment because as Reddit had their own scoop, so does 4chan.
Oh, God.
So 4chan's scoop
Buckle in, kids.
It's not about who will play. It's other things. It says the film will show her origin and how she was crippled by the Joker. In present day, she gains her ability to walk, and she will struggle both physically and mentally throughout the film about her possible return to paralysis. The Penguin is the villain. Gordon and Bruce Wayne also have roles in the film, and the budget will be around the same as Nightwing. So, do those things mean anything to you? More specifically, like her being crippled or something? Is that something that's from the comic?
Well,
Yeah. If you want to take this one?
Man, oh man, the Joker cripples her, so she can never be Batgirl again, so she becomes the Oracle. One of the most important characters in the DC universe.
Oh.
She is in the headquarters with computers and everything.
We did discuss the Killing Joke previously.
Yes.
And that's the story where she gets shot in the spine. The Joker and all of that. When the cartoon came out, we discussed that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I watched that. Okay, I guess I just didn't remember. All right.
Okay.
And she, like I said, she becomes one of the most important characters in the DC universe, and that's why, like, when they did the whole relaunch of the comic books, the New 52, they took her out of that role and put her back where she was Batgirl and she could walk. But I never read any of that, so I can't tell you if any of the other stuff with her struggling to walk or worried about going back into the wheelchair is part of her lore now. But it sounds interesting.
We'll find out. I mean, it could be just 4chan pulling our legs, but
yeah, but it sounds like an interesting, like way to develop the character, All
right. So I did read some of those comics post the New 52 ones.
Yeah.
Where Barbara was Batgirl again. And there was never really any talk of like how she came out of the wheelchair and her fear to go back, at least while I was reading it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't read every issue. I just kind of dropped off at some point. I mean, they were good. They're written by Gail Simone, who is a good writer. I enjoy her writing.
Yes.
And the rumor, I mean, when they announced the movie, the rumor was, actually, I think it was even in some of the articles, that It would at least partially be written about Gail Simone's run, so it's easy to infer it's about the post being shot in the spine stuff, post Oracle stuff, and just how far they take it. I hadn't heard the Penguin rumor, but I mean it's kind of a no-brainer that Batman and Commissioner Gordon would be in there as well, if it's the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, and if Batman showed up in Suicide Squad, they'll put him in anything.
Terrible movie. Just as soon as I hear it, I was like, ugh, that movie was that was one of those movies that you watch and you get mad that you're even watching it. And for me, anyway.
It has a couple good scenes, but because I've kind of been flipping channels, caught it on cable, and there's been one or two good action scenes I've caught. But yeah, the movie's bad. But I mean, that brings the question of: Are they going to have a JLA universe like the DCEU, as well as a Batverse, or are they going to be completely interlinked with everything?
I think they'll end up doing something where it's, hey, this is the Spider-Man universe, but without Spider-Man.
Well, except that we do have Batman in it, because we saw him in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but I think with all the other problems that they have with Ben Affleck, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I see them running them side by side.
I wish they would.
I mean, we'll see. Because, I mean, we're looking at like a Nightwing movie. We're looking at a Batgirl movie. Suicide Squad 2 is coming. There's going to be a Harley Quinn movie coming.
I didn't know that there was a Nightwing movie. Who they said who's going to play him?
It's just said, they just said we're doing a Nightwing movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a Gotham Girls movie as opposed to just a Harley Quinn movie, I should say, which could be good.
It says the 4chan also has something to say about the Nightwing movie. It says casting will be announced at San Diego Comic-Con this year.
Yeah,
what?
No brainer.
Batman will cameo in a flashback and present day.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we might see why there is the Robin costume in the Batcave that the Joker spray painted.
Well, that's probably going to be Jason Todd, the second Robin.
Yeah.
Who was shot by the Joker and then blown up and killed.
And brought back to life.
And brought back to life as the Red Hood. Because these stories are nice and simple to explain, and I'm sure Shelle gets all of them.
You know, that's one thing I have to say Gotham has dropped the ball with. They started with that Red Hood thing, and they never brought it back after that one episode.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of that.
I was looking forward to that recurring and where it would recur before it actually ended up with, like it would have been, Jerome.
Yeah, but I mean, they were also promising, at least in the first season, lots of fake Jokers. So you didn't know where the Joker was going to come from. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be somebody from the first season, but we're not going to tell you who it is till the second season. And I'm like, that's actually a cool idea. Yeah. And then in the first episode or second episode, you have the stand-up comic.
Yeah.
And I think there's like one other plausible, like maybe character.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember the comic.
Yeah. And then Jerome is like somewhere later in the season. It's just blatantly.
It couldn't be any clearer. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I can't. If they weren't planning on him being the Joker, it's like he gave them no choice. Like he nails it. But man, I would love to have seen more Red Hood stuff.
Well, maybe next season.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think that's done.
They're gonna do next season.
I'm
telling you, flash forward.
Yeah, but the problem is aging up your Bruce Wayne character.
Bruce Wayne's out. Get somebody better.
I would think that if they would have flash forward, you'd definitely have to go with someone older.
Yeah.
Like he can't.
But not for her. Not the girl,
she's
though.
Perfect.
She's so good. She's so beautiful. They can't. But him, first of all, he's a little effeminate for me to be a Batman. So I never really bought it. But he's not, I just don't feel like I don't know if it's his acting or the directing. He's just not strong for me. He's not a strong part of that show.
He's better than he was. He was
But my
weak in that first
eyes are
season.
glued on that girl. Whenever she's on that screen, my eyes are glued to her. She's amazing. And I don't know
Well,
her
she
name.
got her whip at the end of the season, so.
Yeah. And she got brought back to life by cats.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so blatant that it's like they did not expect to get renewed.
Yeah.
Because everything went to an end point that kind of just said, okay, Batman is coming. The Bat villains are coming. And in a way, it kind of wrote them into a corner where it's like, well, you might have to start doing Batman now, and they don't want to do that.
And it's like,
Well,
oops. Maybe
I don't think they have a choice.
Maybe we could ask to be canceled.
Well, they could have chose to enter the show themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe they switch it. Maybe it's, maybe it's Gotham, but it's her story. Maybe they switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, originally it was supposed to be Gordon's story, and
Yeah.
it shifted way off that.
Oh, yeah.
And then they said no costumes. And by the end of the last season, we're starting to see costumes.
Yeah. Why did they say no costumes? Why do you make so many rules for yourself?
I don't know why you would pigeonhole yourself like that and be like, no, we're not doing all these things that people want to see. You could have just left it like, hey, we will see where the stories go. We're not promising, but we're not ruling anything out. Be surprised when it happens.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all these.
They don't want to be surprised, but I would have left. Like I wouldn't have said no. We're not doing this at all ever, because you just make people do. You just make people like this.
What? Yeah, I mean, you've got Arrow, you've got the Flash, you've got Supergirl, you've got Legends of Tomorrow or whatever it's called. I mean, with costumes, and they do very well. To say we're not going to have any costumes is.
Well, how was Smallville built? Was it always like, oh, you're never going to see him in the Superman costume, or it was just, hey, he's going to find these bits and pieces of stuff that become his costume over time?
They said no costume. They said no Superman costume. He would not put on that cape through the entire run of Smallville. I believe they did.
Okay.
I don't know if they did in the final episode, because I stopped watching after like season 3. But they had said from the beginning, he is not going to be Superman. There's going to be no cape. But then, like, towards the end, they were introducing a lot of other superhero-type characters.
Oh, the whole Justice League.
Yeah. But again, I didn't watch any of that.
In the middle of the country, there was an Aquaman. How bizarre.
He was in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Like I said, San Diego, I think, is in 2 weeks. And we're just going to get inundated with news. So we're going to kill at least an episode just talking San Diego recaps.
Is there going to be a place to watch it live, maybe? Like this IGN or something?
Oh, everyone streams their own stuff.
Yeah, there's so many streams now. It's ridiculous. It used to be like the news would come out and then you'd kind of see stuff. Now it's like you can't even show anything there without it leaking to the internet.
Yeah,
like if they
straight out, people just take out their phones and upload stuff right to the YouTube channel.
Oh, was it the Batman v Superman trailer that leaked out that way?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, and they're like, how did that happen? Why did you people do that? It's like, people are assholes.
Yeah.
This happens every year.
Yeah.
And you didn't see this coming? So you'll see that Marvel will have their panel at like 2:00. They will premiere a trailer there. And then at like 3:00, they will do the official reveal. Or something like that to make sure that like they beat the leaks, to make sure that the highest quality is out.
Yeah, it's us leaking it rather than someone's fucking shaky cell phone.
It's not leak, it's official reveal, but it's
But that's the way to do it. Instead of saying, well, we're going to wait a week for this thing to come out, it's boom, it's right here.
Yeah. So that's how they do it. That's how a lot of them do it now, because they know that like there's so much anticipation on these movies and whatnot. If you're going to try and hide it, you're an idiot. Because like it was either Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad or both leaked that way.
It was definitely Batman vs Superman. It was the teaser with Do You Bleed? And there.
That's right.
Oh God!
And it was a great
That was
shot.
the teaser.
Yeah, that was the teaser. I know the line sucked, but the shot of Batman standing there, looking up, and Superman in the air looking down on him, and then standing in the ring, you know they've been fighting. It was a great shot.
Yeah.
that line ruins it.
Really, I didn't know it was the teaser, but as I was watching that line came, and I was just like, oh God, it was an audible groan from me.
Yeah, but the shot was very cool. It was straight out of Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
A lot of the shots were very cool. A lot of the action was cool, but the whole thing was just so dark as well.
Yeah.
Well, the book that it was based on, like John said, Dark Knight Returns was kind of dark.
Was it all dark? Yeah.
But I mean, I think Wonder Woman showed they're moving away from that because they know people hate it.
I mean, this is their most successful movie out of everything they've ever done, the DC universe. It's Wonder Woman. So I feel like if they take, it would be funny if all of their women movies did really well for whatever reason. Like if the Batgirl was just so kick-ass. Well,
and then all their main movies, like don't.
Yeah, it would be interesting. We'll see, but
I would, because it's like, for me, I don't even think I would do a Batman film. I'd have Ben Affleck as Batman just show up in these other films, and then you want to see him like in a whole film of Batman. Well, that's going to be the Justice League movies,
right?
Because you have so many other characters that you could feature. You don't need the Batman movie.
Right, like the Avengers. It should be more like that.
Well,
yeah.
I think the problem with the DCEU is it doesn't feel like there's a build-up to anything.
No, it's
like the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies, like, yes, they're standalone, but they chain, and they feel like they're building up to the Avengers movies or Civil War, and then there's a blow-off, like with a standoff movie, and then a sequel that kind of feeds into the next movie. There's none of that in the DC movies because they just started by going, we're just going to do the big movies and big group movies, and then some spin-offs from there. And I think it shows, and there's a feeling to it that's just not there. But that's me.
No, it is you.
But, we'll all go see all of them anyway.
We'll go see. So
we'll
see them.
Hey,
the go is the optional.
Well, right. I already know that I am seeing Spider-Man Homecoming this weekend.
Are you?
There is an 80% chance that I see Spider-Man Homecoming tonight.
Nice. Well, my 8-year-old nephew's favorite superhero, well, it used to be Spider-Man, now it's Cyborg. But so I have to take him to see Spider-Man because it's his second favorite hero. So we're going on Sunday. Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Well, that's cute.
So yeah. So I try to take them to all the superhero movies and stuff, even the bad ones.
Do you get popcorn and stuff for him, or?
What? I'm supposed to see the movie without popcorn?
Well, I don't know. Some people like.
I don't have popcorn.
I was like, maybe some people bring in like carrots or something and want the kids to eat more healthy or something.
What kind of savage do you think I am?
I know. I don't know. I just want to make sure.
I may sneak in my own beverage because I like to drink water, and it's like $10 at the movie theater or $1 at Target down the street.
I sneak in my own liquor.
That works too. I don't. Well, then again, if I go to the Alamo Draft House, then I don't have to sneak in my own liquor.
Well, there's 2 movie theaters here that serve alcohol, but again, don't want to spend $15 on a margarita. No, I could spend $5 on my little bottle of Captain Morgan's, put it in my pocket, and then buy a Sprite while I'm in there.
Oh.
There you go. Beverage tips from the Eat Up Master, the daycaster himself.
And you have to wear cargo shorts, this way you can sneak your candy from the dollar store. And
wow. Okay.
Oh, dude, I just carry in a Target bag. They never search my bag.
I'm having Jen slowly transitioning to a purse in her everyday.
Oh, she's not a purse person?
No. It's to the point where the other day we had to leave someplace because she didn't have a purse on her. And we were not going to be served alcohol because of that. So I'm trying to get her to go to a big purse.
Yes.
So a sandwich.
Get her a messenger bag. There's so many cool messenger bags.
Yes.
I have like 5 of them because I love them because I put so much shit in them.
Yes. A nice roast beef sandwich.
See, now you're just catering the movies. I think that's a great way to go.
If you go to thinkgeek.com, they have very cool like sci-fi messenger bags that might appeal to her more than like a regular ladies type.
There's some cool ones.
We'll go to the Think Geek store.
I think they have like an R2D. Oh, they have stores. That's right.
Yes, there's one by me too.
The Countryside Mall has one.
Yeah, the second one opened up by me, I think it was.
It might be an R2D2 bag or something.
There are some cool bags there.
I'm not sure how, after going to the Think Geek store, how I don't have a Captain America shield up on my wall.
I don't understand that either.
Oh my
They have
God.
them?
Yes.
Yeah, the Hasbro one is really nice for $100.
Holy shit, yeah.
Unless you want to go like the real metal one for like $300-400.
So tempting.
I know. The Iron Man helmet's very nice too.
Yeah.
And then they
actually got my kid too.
And they announced Thor's hammer and I think one other. And I forget what the other one is. But it's not out yet. Those two.
That's very
All
cool.
right. So I'm sure we'll revisit this topic when San Diego comes around in a couple weeks. As well as many, many other movie announcements, trailers, and God will fill like 3 shows. But
I am now looking up the R2D2 bag on Think Geek.
And while he does that, it is my job to inform you that it's time to close your eyes for the Kevin James blind items.
And answer to all of the... That looks really good.
It does. Look at all the strawberries in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of a tease, actually.
What, you didn't get your slice through the email?
No, I did not. All right.
That's unfortunate. I know I sent it.
My husband made me a cake, though, so.
Aw.
Very nice.
No candles. Didn't want to burn the house down. Oh. All right. Are you ready for the blind items that are not Kevin James?
All right. So we've taken all the Kevin James ones out this week. I see that. I see how you're looking.
You know what? It's funny. I keep looking for a Kevin James blind item so I can have a gotcha, but he doesn't do anything that's.
No, the worst thing he does is Adam Sandler movies. We know.
Hey, you know what? Money, money, money. All right. So here's one. I'll start off with this one. We'll see how you guys are with this particular topic. I once went to a party where I saw the scariest thing I have ever seen. This record label owner got turned down by a woman, so he pistol whipped her to the ground and then held the gun to her head and pulled the trigger. It didn't fire. He then raised it to the ceiling and fired it, and it went off.
So, homeboy not only assaulted someone, he was ready to murder a woman for rejecting him.
That's right.
Oh, that's fucked up.
In front of, I guess because it was in front of the party. Yes.
I want to say it's like Suge Knight or something.
Yes! It's Suge Knight.
Should we know who the girl is that turned him down also, or are we just guessing?
Right. It didn't say. Didn't want to reveal who she was.
She is a victim, so I mean.
Yeah, no, yeah. I wouldn't want to. But if it was there, we would have.
What's wrong?
You know. Puppy time.
She's crying.
Yeah, I mean, Suge Knight is the guy who held Vanilla Ice out a window, so.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh, I was watching some channel on Pluto TV had the Vanilla Ice movie running. It was so bad, bro.
Cool as ice.
It's so terrible. It was great though.
I love that movie. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's definitely an MST3K worthy movie. Oh man. Yeah. God, it was great. All right, here we are. Number 2. This A-list reality star continues to annoy. Her team is trying to sell to tabloids her idea for a Book of the Month club, like Oprah's back in the day. The thing is, though, our reality star barely even reads magazines.
I was going to say, she probably doesn't even know how to read.
Of course not. So. Already this was making me think Kardashian clan.
Or Snooki.
All right.
No, it's not Snooki. Poor thing.
Although she probably can't read either.
Yeah.
But nobody listens to Snooki anymore, so
can't be her. Snooki.
All right, so are we done with that, or done reading, or?
Was there more to the blind item before we guess?
That was the entire one. She barely even reads magazines.
Okay, it sounded like there might be another sentence. All I'm just gonna go with the obvious Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Or the Kardashian mother, whatever her name is.
It is a Kardashian. It is not Kim, nor is it the mother.
Oh,
Is it a Kardashian or a Jenner?
Oh, that's right. They're different.
It's a Kardashian.
Okay.
The one that looks like China.
Yes, the one who OJ may be the father. That's right. That is
Yes.
Khloe Kardashian.
I wouldn't have known her name.
You know,
I never. She just looks like China.
she does. Yes, exactly. She doesn't have that Kardashian prettiness that the other two have.
She has that OJ.
She definitely has the OJ running through the airport look.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, here's number.
OJ is very masculine looking. I mean, I know he was a football player and everything, but he had a really, I don't want to say animalistic look because that might be racist, but he has that
square jaw and
Yeah, no, he was a man who was, out to fuck your shit up
and kill your girl.
Well,
make sure you had your bag at your gate before your flight took off.
Yes, or he would stab a motherfucker.
He was great in those Naked Gun movies, though.
I love those movies.
Look out!
And I think he's getting out of prison very soon, so we may see more of OJ.
Oh,
Naked Gun 4 in 4 quarters.
Can you imagine if they did that?
It would be a gigantic box office.
It would be huge. The balls on them to do it, though. It would. I mean, Frank Drebin's dead, but they could, come up with somebody else. He could be the star.
Who would, in this day and age, play Frank Drebin?
I don't know. Leslie Nielsen is so iconic.
Not Michael Scott. Steve
Carell.
Yeah, not him.
But he could.
He could, but no, he did a very good Maxwell Smart though.
Ed Helms, maybe.
The movie's not good, but he's good in it.
All right, I think this is going to be a topic maybe for next week, and we could. I don't know actors' names, and I know one person that I really would want to play. And I don't know his name, so I want to look him up.
Okay.
And I'll take away from the blind items.
Okay.
Oh.
So, do you have one more for us?
I have 2 more,
right.
Just in case. If this next one goes well, we can do the next one. If not, then we can just cut it off here.
If it doesn't go well, we'll just blame you.
That's fine. This A/A- list, mostly movie actor, who has an equally famous sibling, had a favorite strip club where he had hooked up with every single stripper who worked there. Must have been 20 women. This was over the course of about 6 weeks. Mostly movie actor with an equally famous sibling.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the Wilsons.
It's one of the Wilsons, not Owen.
So
Owen's brother.
Owen's brother, Luke. That is correct. Luke. All right. See, that went pretty good, so I'll do one more.
All right. Yeah, we get time for one more.
Okay. This one might be a little tougher. By my count, and I did have to use most of my fingers and toes, so I could be wrong, during the 2015-2016 television season, this actor was on 13 shows and 5 movies.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Oh, Yes. Oh, did I mention one of the network shows he is the lead? So yeah, a busy guy. Somehow, with all of that and a wife and a child, he still finds time to teach music 15 hours a week for free to kids who can't afford lessons.
Jeez.
Wow, nice guy.
Yes, this is a nice guy. I mean, even if you don't guess, I just thought it was a good thing to bring up. I will give you a hint.
Okay.
Reno 911.
Oh, yes. No, I know who it is. It's the lead dude. Shoot, because he was the lead in The Odd Couple.
Odd Couple was my second hint.
Yeah, no. I'm blanking on his name. I know exactly who it is. Because he co-writes a lot of stuff with Ben, but his name is, oh God, I know this.
The Odd Couple with Matthew Perry?
Yes.
He has the same last name as one of the Beatles.
Oh, Thomas Lennon.
Yay!
No, I totally could picture him. I knew who it was, and I just totally blanked on his name.
Bill
Yeah. Yeah.
Jake Starr.
Yeah. And that doesn't include the amount of shit he writes too.
Yes,
Wow.
he's
a prolific writer, and he writes with one of the other guys from the state, Ben something, and I'm blanking on his last name. Plus, they have like the new Wet Hot American Summer coming out.
Oh, didn't that come out already? Or no?
No, the new one.
Oh, a second new one.
Yeah. So the first one was a prequel. The end of this summer, they're coming out with it 10 years later.
I see.
Puppy.
Yeah, she's a little thing. She's calm right now. Luckily.
Aw, hi puppy.
She's getting big. If you look at pictures from when I first got her to now, she looks the same but way different.
Yeah, she looks bigger.
She's way bigger.
Very cute.
She's a very sweet thing. Good girl, Maggie.
Hi, Maggie. But just as importantly, does Maggie have a hot pick for this week?
Maggie, hot picks. She does not, but I do. Hot picks. Hot picks. My hot pick this week is Ghosts of Sheperdstown. It is a series on Destination America, and it stars one of the guys from Ghost Adventurers and then other people that have been on those kind of shows. And I don't know if it's totally scripted or partially scripted, but I don't care. They're in this town, Sheperdstown, West Virginia, and apparently the whole town is haunted. And even the chief of police is in on it. Like, they get weird calls that make no sense. People hearing gunshots that no one else hears, and people seeing bodies floating in the river that no one else sees. So it's like all these crazy calls. And it got so bad, apparently, according to the show, that the chief of police called in a paranormal team to help because it was getting out of hand. So that's what it is. Every week they go on a call that the cop says, okay, we got this call. They play the 911 call. And so you hear the person on the phone, freaking out over whatever it is they're freaking out. And then they go and they take over that investigation. And it's cool. I mean, it's fun. Like I said, it may be scripted somewhat or all the way. I don't care. It's just really a fun show. And season 2 starts on July 10th. And I binged watched most of season 1 the other day. Like I said, Destination America. Very fun. I love ghost shows. I know we haven't really talked about that. I do, though. I could do a Geekodrome side podcast just on all the ghost shows I watched. I just dig them to death. So there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the ghost shows, but they're entertaining when I do catch them.
Yeah, they're fun.
And what about you, Stugots? What do you got for us this week?
I have a film that was not very popular, but I watched it and I happen to enjoy it. Masterminds. It is a comedy that came out in 2016. It is based on the true story of the 1997 Loomis Fargo Armored Car Company robbery in North Carolina.
Oh.
They robbed over $17 million from this company. They were all caught eventually. Everyone went to jail, but they were $2.5 million unaccounted for.
Wow.
And this movie, Masterminds, it's a comedy. It's pretty funny. It's a good cast.
That's the one with Zach Galifianakis and Kristen Wiig?
Yep. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I will say, as someone who's not a Kristen Wiig fan, she looks absolutely adorable in this movie. And she plays her part really well. And again, I hated her on Saturday Night Live, and I find that I'm enjoying her more in movies. But Wilson, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, and Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's a whole Saturday Night Live. Is Lorne Michaels involved in it?
Let's see. I don't know.
I just feel like that many SNL alum, he must maybe has his finger in there somewhere.
Yeah, I know that.
No,
I saw that was on Netflix. I just haven't
Oh yeah,
viewed it. But now I'm gonna watch it tonight.
look at you.
Well, I finished my Kimmy Schmidt binge last night. So.
Oh, how was the second
This guy
season? Good.
was actually supposed to be played by Jim Carrey, from what I'm just reading here. And he
Oh, really?
dropped out.
Oh, interesting.
That was funny.
Season 3 of Kimmy Schmidt was entertaining.
Season 3?
Yeah, that was 3, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe I'm way far behind.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 3 just came out like a month or two ago, but I just hadn't gotten around to watching it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So, Kimmy goes to college.
Is it still as funny as the first season?
If you're into that type of humor, yes. So if you like 30 Rock and stuff like that, yeah. That Tina Fey humor.
Did Masterminds come out in the theater?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I don't recognize the name. I'll have to check it out. I'm sure it's on Cody.
I didn't either until someone had me watch it. I had no idea. I never heard of it.
Well, now I'm going to watch it tonight while you go watch Spider-Man.
Did you watch it on Cody? Is it on Cody?
No, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
All right. And for my top pick, I'm going to do a double feature here.
Oh.
Kind of ties into Shelle's pick. I'm going to go with The Conjuring 1 and 2.
Oh.
Because both are I found on HBO Go, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I actually watched them in reverse order because the girlfriend wanted to watch 2, and then I'm like, all right, I enjoyed that. Went back and watched 1 the next night. So it's, the story of, it's stories from the cases of the Warrens, who were the ghost hunters who also did the Amityville Horror and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But they've done a lot of different cases, allegedly, and these are 2 of them. And there is reference to Long Island and Amityville in both of them, because how could you not? I expected more from the scary doll, but apparently it's like such a minor thing in the movie. But I heavily publicized for the movie, which was like, okay, if that's how they're doing it.
Is it Annabelle?
Annabelle was the spin-off movie, which I haven't watched yet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So basically, Annabelle happens in like the 1950s, and then reoccurs in the late 60s, and that's when the Warrens find the doll. Yeah,
I mean, Annabelle, when you watch the ghost shows that I watch, I think Annabelle is in one of those ghost show museums. Like, it's still referenced today as being insanely haunted doll.
It's, again, one of the Warrens' cases was Annabelle, but I don't know if the prequel is it's like how the doll got possessed and all that. So I don't know if it's really, how much it's really based on the Warrens' case or whatnot. But I haven't watched that one yet. So
is that by the same people who did Conjuring?
Yeah, I want to say it's James Wan, who also did like Saw and everything else.
That's pretty smart, because I bet they're not real expensive to make. But those Warrens, whether you believe them or not, were, the stories behind their cases are pretty awesome. So is Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2 are 2 different families, right?
Yeah, 2 different families. One was in England. The other was in, I want to say it was somewhere in America, like New Hampshire or something.
That the same thing happened to.
No, different things, different ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Different stories by the same ghost hunters is the best way to put it. But these are the original famous, the first ones to be famous ghost hunters.
I gotcha.
Now these both of these stories, they happened before Amityville, right?
The first movie leaves off with, we have this thing happening in Long Island.
Okay.
So it leaves off like where they're about to go. That's their next case. The second one picks up with them like on the speaking circuit, talking about Amityville.
Oh.
Okay. I wonder if they'll try and tackle that. I mean, I think there's been like a dozen movies made about the Amityville Horror at this point.
I think the Amityville Horror, A, has been done to death, and B, someone else might have the rights to it.
Oh, okay.
So it may be that they're avoiding that story because, and I don't know who it is that has made all the other Amityville movies, but, then it puts them in contention with all of that. So,
Interesting.
That's my pick, which I know Stugots won't watch, but
No, it sounds scary.
Yeah, it sounds
these-
too scary.
no, these are definitely like scary movies.
No.
Like there's some good jumps in them, and just like scary ghosts and things like that.
Yeah, see that where it's like real close on the screen out of nowhere, and you're like, ah. That's why I like the ghost shows, because it's not like that.
Oh, I know.
They're very funny, and you see other people and they're scared to death when it's nothing. So that's why I can watch those. But the scary movies are way too scary.
Yeah, these are definitely scary. But on that note, the ghosts say we have to go.
Oh, good night. Goodbye.
But to hear more ghost stories or more Geekodrome, check us out at geekodrome.co. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Yay.
Find us on Twitter at Geekodrome Pod, on Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast. I'm John. I can be found on Twitter at JustJohn. Shelle can be found at Just2Groovy on Twitter and Gab. Shekster on MySpace.
Yay.
Stugots is at Don Stugots on Twitter. And he hosts the Eat Up Show on Monday nights.
Yep.
Stugots, what was your big 4th of July Eve cook-up this week?
What the fuck did I make? Oh, I made Jello firecrackers. And they were red, white, and blue with a cherry inside of it, like a cherry bomb.
Nice. I did see the pictures you posted after the fact. Unfortunately, I was,
They had real firecrackers in them?
No, the recipe called them firecrackers, I guess, because of the size, because you made them in a 1 ounce plastic shot glass.
Oh.
And don't you have like a cherry stem to be
like a fuse,
Oh, okay. And are they liquor?
No liquor. No, they were sans liquor.
Shelle's very disappointed.
Yeah.
A lot of people were with my
See, it wasn't just me.
Well,
I had breakfast with my mother this morning, and she asked for the liquor that I put into the Jello firecrackers. Well, that's disappointing.
See?
even Mom is disappointed you're not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can't wait to see what you make next week. But in the meantime, you can always listen to the music from Geekodrome, which has been by First House. First House in the middle of our street. First House. All right. Until next week, it's been too sweet.
Too sweet.